Welcome, North Shore peeps. It is Workout Wednesday. Woo! Okay, here we go. Today's video lesson is going to be on bowling. I know we already covered it this year in PE, but I'm going to do a quick review of how to do your approach in case you forgot, and we've taught it a couple different ways. Most of you don't have bowling balls at your house. I do not either. I do have a dodgeball. You can use any size ball that you have in your house. You can even use a basketball or a soccer ball. You will just put different amount of water in the water bottle to make the weight about right. So you're gonna have to try to figure out what is the proper weight. So I'm gonna show first the approach with the dodgeball, remind you how to set up the pins, and I'm gonna show you how you can do it with a sock ball, not a soccer ball, sorry. So remember, quiet coyotes. So thumb and your ring finger and your middle finger. That is what would go in the ball, but you're just gonna hold, I try to hold it a little bit tighter with those just to kind of know what it would feel like with a regular ball. Feet together, I'm gonna come a little bit closer to you. Now in the gym, if you remember, we start with our feet behind the line, we step back, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more. And then our feet are together. Do you think you step with the same or opposite? Raise your hand if you remember. I'm gonna show you 2, and then you're gonna vote if you think it's number 1 or number 2. I'm right-handed. Here I'm going to go left, right, left. So remember what that looks like? Now I'm going to do the opposite. Right, left, right. If you think it's number 1, raise your hand. If you think it's number 2, raise your hand. If you said number 1, you were correct. When you release the ball, you want to have the opposite foot forward. So if you have a small space, you might just go right, bring the ball back, and left, let it go. Now, some of us are like amazing bowlers. Like I think best bowler, Roy in first grade, he's got this amazing like whoosh kick at the end. He looks so awesome. I wish I had a video of that, but I do not. So I'm just gonna review again one more time. If you're right-handed, if you're left-handed, you'll do the opposite. Left, right, bring it back, left, let it go. Think about quiet coyote and like you're brushing your hair, answering the phone. When you set up your water bottles, in a couple videos ago I said, start saving water bottles. You do not need to do this today. You can do this whenever. You can challenge someone in your family. These I have just a tiny bit because I'm using this ball. I'm not even sure if this might be too much for this ball. If you have a hard surface floor, like a wood floor, I do upstairs, but it's loud at my house upstairs. So this carpet's a little bit long, but it'll give you the idea of how to set it up in your own house. A hallway is the perfect place. So show me on your fingers how many pins you think you have for bowling. If you remember, show me on your hands. Is it 5, 7, or 10? If you said 10, you are right. So the first thing, you have 1 pin in front. If you remember what that is called, shout it out. If you said king pin, you are right. It is the king pin. So it goes 1, then 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. What number do you think goes in the back row? You guessed it. 4. It is in the shape of a triangle. You can put them as tight or as far out as you want, but basically if you're hitting 1, it should knock those down that way. Water bottles are going to be a little bit trickier than it would be with bowling pins, but our bowling pins have weight in the bottom, but it'll give you the idea. So when you look above, it should look like a triangle. I'm showing you in a super tight space just because I'm down in my basement in case you're having to do the same thing in your living room. If you're doing that, you would just step, roll. Now if they get stuck, the reason they got stuck is because I put them a little too close. If they were spread out more, I might have gotten a strike. But these weren't down all the way, so I would move the other ones, or my partner, my sister, brother, mom, or dad. Move the other ones out of the way. So right now my score would be 7, if you remember how to keep score. Now I get a second try. You get 2 tries. And woo, that was bad. Now, if I was going against another family member, I would set it up for them, or we'd work together, and then they would get their turn. You can see who can knock the most down, who can get the most strikes. Remember, that means you knock them down in 1 time, or who gets the most spares, you knock them down in 2 times. There are 10 frames in bowling if you remember how to keep score. Second way we can do it is these are empty water bottles. Empty, empty. They're super lightweight. Once again, this would work better not on carpet, but I know some of you are going to be limited by having only carpeted space. You might want to put just a teeny bit of water in. Now, I did not save 20 water bottles, so I'm going to do this one with just 4 and see how it works. This is, once again, if you don't have a soccer ball, basketball, any kind of ball in your house, we're going to do a sock ball. Same pair of socks. Promise they haven't been worn. Lay them side by side. Put them flat. Then you're going to roll them up nice and tight. Once you get them all rolled up, take the outside one, wrap it around. This one, because we want it to be a ball, it's a little bit trickier, so you kind of want to keep playing with it till you can get it as close to being round as possible. Once you think you're comfortable, this would be a 1-hand toss. My couch is in the way, but you get the gist of it. So this would just be step with opposite, roll. Now, they all went down because they are empty, but you could do the same thing. The last thing that you could do is, if you remember the iceberg game that we did with all the bowling pins, putting the bowling pins all over in your house. You could spread them around. You could put colors on the lids and go against, like, if Sydney, who's videoing, if she was the red team, well, I'm red team, and she was the blue team, I'm only trying to knock the red ones down, so you can do that the quickest. Or do like minute to win it, who can knock the most down in a minute. So you can set it up as bowling or just knock the pin down. Or you could just do monkey in the middle. If you have someone else in your family that wants to play with you, see who gets the most knockdown. So if I'm going, I roll it, that would be 1. I run and set it up. If Sid was going, she missed, so she would have nothing. I go again, that would be 2. So you could keep doing that for an amount of time. Obviously, you could spread it out further to challenge yourself. So remember, quiet coyote, left, right, left, 10 pins. You got this. You're going to be awesome bowlers. Can't wait to see it next year. All right, have a good week. See you next week. Love you guys. Bye.